Kamala Harris is the young daughter of former Congresswoman and civil rights champion Kamala Chittagong. Her parents divorced when she was just 7 years old. Harris wrote about her childhood in her memoir, The Truths Told, which she co-authored with her sister Terry Hallerman. At first, Kamala Harris was not very popular in California's African American community. In fact, a poll asked African American mothers how they would vote, and more than 1/3 of them said that they wouldn't vote for a girl of that age. This was news to most African Americans because of stereotypical ideas about young African American girls. In the book, however, Kamala Harris breaks down these misconceptions. She talks about her love of learning, her desire to be a surgeon, her passion for public service, and her desire to be the Vice President-elect of California. As a result, many African American women were thrilled to have her on their team. As the first African American female Vice President-elect, Kamala Harris has become a symbol of hope for the growing numbers of women in the San Francisco District Attorney's Office, and her own personal story has become a favorite in Black communities all across the country. But there is more to this woman's political rise than her appearance. Many see her as a victim of circumstances rather than someone who simply rose from nothing. For instance, when Kamala was pregnant, her mother suffered a stroke that left her wheelchair-bound and unable to work. Her father, who is the breadwinner, was not allowed to help because he was out of work. This meant that Kamala had to take care of herself and her children. Because she is a single parent, she had to rely on food stamps and Medicaid to make ends meet and support her family. When Kamala was nominated by the outgoing San Francisco District Attorney General, Tom Perkins, as the vice presidential candidate, many people viewed her as a maverick. Perkins said that Kamala's appointment as vice president was an opportunity to send a message to America. He likened her to former President Obama, saying, "Kamala Harris reminds us that in the tough times, we should reach for our dreams. That is what separates America from the rest of the pack." Although this is certainly true, it is unfortunate that Kamala Harris was tarred by the Perkins comments. Although Kamala Harris has not lost her political roots, some see her as too moderate. The fact is that Kamala has always been one step ahead of the San Francisco political scene. She has long been viewed as a maverick, and it is hard not to see the similarities between Kamala and her famous California hero, Proposition 13. Kamala Harris knows how to play the game and win, as demonstrated in the political campaign against Sessions for U.S. President. In the meantime, as the new junior senator from California, Kamala will have time to develop a progressive, center-left political platform that appeals to Middle America. Kamala Harris has already become the first Black woman in the U.S. Senate. As a result, her views on race-related issues will be dealt with more intently by members of Congress. This puts her in an excellent position to make progressive calls on the pressing issues facing our nation today. While California's junior senator, Kamala Harris is already gaining a lot of respect for her tough stance on crime, immigration, and her strong advocacy for public education. But it is her rock-solid conservative bona fides that will make her an irresistible candidate for the governorship in next January's election. She has already drawn some endorsements from prominent San Francisco politicians, and many national progressive organizations are lining up behind her campaign. With strong support from the American Civil Rights Union and other notable San Francisco unions, and endorsements from prominent California politicians like Assemblywoman Nancy Pelosi and State Senator Jerry McCullough, Kamala Harris will likely sail to victory over incumbent Sen. Barbara Boxer, D. California, in next year's election for the U.S. Senate.